Welcome to Sunday Sensei Says number 31. My name is Jem Johnson, and I got a really cool topic for you today. Very Melbourne. We're going to talk about coffee, and I'm going to tell you my sort of story and my rises and falls with the old coffee bean, and hopefully it's relatable to you. And I'll talk a little bit about the pros and cons of drinking coffee in regards to a healthy, active lifestyle. So, I was really addicted to coffee because I started at a very young age, and I fell into that trap of having like a delicious Melbourne coffee, you know, lattes with 2 sugars. That's what I was doing, and I got to a point where I was having like 3 or 4 of them a day. Now, I read all about the pros and cons, and I learned that like coffee has some really good aspects. It actually encourages you to burn fats instead of carbs, and fats are a much better fuel source rather than carbs. It tends to put you in a ketosis, a state of ketosis, which is really good just for general health and for weight loss. And a lot of athletes drink coffee. For example, the Tour de France guys, they smash their long blacks right before racing because it means that they're going to burn fats as their preferred fuel source. So I read all this and I said, yes, fantastic. I'm going to drink coffees before exercise, and I exercise all the time, so I'm going to drink lots and lots of coffee. Now, there's nothing wrong with coffee itself. A long black is not a bad beverage. It's pretty low in calories. It's like under 100 calories. And it can put you in a fat, it can encourage you to burn fat by increasing your metabolism, and obviously it gives you energy, and it's delicious. But the problem lies in me having 3 or 4 lattes with milk and 2 sugars. That's a lot of sugar and milk, and that amount of coffee is technically an overdose. Yeah, if you're having 4 a day, you're overdosing on caffeine. So it's not coffee that's the problem, it's the stuff we put in coffee, and it's the associated problems with coffee. So what you need to be aware of is the extras. Yeah, if you're going to add sugar and you're going to have milk coffees, and if you're going to have a lot, then it adds up and it becomes really unhealthy. My recommendation would be to reduce sugar. You don't need sugar in coffee. Melbourne's coffee is delicious, and if you just cut down on the sugar that you're putting into your coffees, you'll find that you're much better off. Imagine I was having at least 6 teaspoons of pure sugar every day just in my coffee. I'm pretty sure that puts me like over my calories for the day immediately. All right, here's the other thing. There's coffee and there's coffee, yeah? An espresso and a long black is definitely a healthier option. If you go to Starbucks, you'll find yourself hit with a super duper frappuccino with cream and milk and sugar and honey, and they put syrup on it and they put sprinkles on top, and that's not a coffee anymore, it's a cake. So avoid that kind of coffee because it's not real coffee and it's not good for you at all. We know this to be true. You'll find that lots of healthy habits tend to escalate. When I jumped on Herbalife products, my healthy habits escalated. I also tried some organic fruit and vegetables, and I also improved all sorts of things about my diet. Guess what? Unhealthy habits de-escalate, yeah? Your super duper frappuccino, you couple that with a big giant brownie. Or the night out drinking with a few mates where you have a few beers, it is associated with nachos and then a late night kebab and then a late night, more drinks after that. So unhealthy things de-escalate and healthy things escalate. Anyway, getting off topic. Back to coffee. If you're going to drink coffee, you should also consider milk. The choice of milk is a risk. When I was drinking lots of coffee, I found that it stuffed up my digestive system because I was drinking so much dairy. A healthier option is soy milk or almond milk or coconut milk. All 3 are way better off. If you're socially drinking coffee and if you're trying to quit coffee and you sort of say, hey, I'm not going to do any for a little while, which I highly recommend, then substitute. Substituting helped me enormously. I switched to my Herbalife herbal beverage, and I found that my energy levels increased, and I was spending much less money on coffee, and I got much stronger, stable energy levels, not riding that roller coaster ride where you're up and then you crash. That leads to adrenal fatigue. If you have 4 coffees a day, you always end up with adrenal fatigue, which is a killer. It means you're tired all the time. It means your adrenal glands aren't firing correctly. This is the risk with coffee. So consider chai latte, or consider going to a restaurant, to a cafe and having green tea as an alternative, or try the herbal beverage because it's easier to substitute than it is to quit. We've spoken about this in previous videos. I'm going to leave it up to you. It's a personal choice. I can't tell you here or there. We have all these emotional associations with coffee. I certainly do. I got heaps. So ultimately it's up to you, but those are the pros and cons in coffee. Let me know how you go. I'm interested to see what path you choose to take in regards to this aspect of nutrition. Good, done. Next. If you've enjoyed this episode of Sunday Sensei Says, please check out my website, www.theurbanjunglegym.com, or check us out on Facebook under Melbourne Fit Club.